Buy a Peter Rabbit Country Mile.
100%. But what I noticed was it was noticeably bad looking back at it now when they're interacting with the robots that aren't there, like the little robots, and like it looks very jarring that it's like, oh, Sam Witwicky's doing a thing and then they're going to animate around him and kind of make it work. Whereas in Peter Rabbit, it was seamless to me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with I like Shia as an actor, and I actually liked his kind of hero in that movie, this fast talking huckster that you don't really see. Well, hucksters sell small goods. I don't think he's really. Well, no, in the beginning he's trying to sell something. So
he's trying to shickle all his grandfather's stuff.
Yeah, so he is a huckster. Hey, that works great. So I liked how he's a different hero in it. But you have Rose Byrne and Donald Gleason on set.
Yeah.
Right? So that has to be. That's nothing against Shia, or I mean, it's also the time, 2007. I mean, technology's come a long way.
But it was just very noticeable that they shot that and they were like, okay, how do we animate around this? It wasn't planned out like these Peter Rabbit shots were clearly planned out. And again, not just to be able to get the shot, but to make the shot funny.
Oh yeah. This movie's alive. It just sorry about the yawn. This movie's just watch. All right, so if you're watching Peter Rabbit, watch it and just kind of bask in it, and then watch it again and just look at everything in the background.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't talked about the pig yet. We got a lot. We still have our animated squad.
My favorite line or moment was when the rabbits were going to plan on just running on the axle of the truck.
Yeah. And
then they just all fall off, and Peter was like, "Yeah, that never would have worked." Like he's like that would have never worked. It was a failed idea, and I don't know, it's just something about like I need to be very clear that was a bad idea. Everything he says is so on the nose.
But he's so confident that it's going to work, and then it doesn't, and then he's like, "Yeah, that was stupid." Yeah. I mean, but that's very Corden-esque, and I do like that a pig puts on lip balm and not
lipstick.
Lipstick, jeez Louise.
Yeah, my kids do that bit every day. It's lip balm every day.
No, I do want, dude. He got Margot Robbie, Daisy Ridley, and Elizabeth Debicki to play penguins, and they were awesome in it. I loved their voice. I loved the lisp of Margot Robbie. I thought that was so much fun, and I don't know. I want more of these bunnies. I love these little things.
Yeah, no, I could go with a spin-off movie of just the rabbits.
I want their technical savvy in a movie. I want them to see their engineering skills. They could lift that tree back up. They could. Do you think they could fix that tree?
Well, they did with a tractor in the end.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, so this world takes care of itself.
By the end of the movie, things are back where it is now. The moment that got to my wife and it got to me a little bit was when he's looking at a picture of his parents, and the narrator says, "If we were telling a regular story, this is what their parents would say." And they give him like really sound advice and have a heartfelt moment. And they're like, "But we're not telling that story." And then that moment never happens. And then Peter goes on to more shenanigans and whatnot. But it was just like this really earnest, heartfelt moment in the middle of it. We like, if the parents were here, they could parent these men.
No, you know what I like though is he said he went for James Corden first. He said because Peter has elements of Ferris Bueller, and that he does stuff, he's often wrong, he's never in doubt, he's charming, he makes big mistakes, and he has to eat a lot of crow. The bigger thing for me, because I have two girls and it manifests itself in the triplets, is that you think that if you're the oldest and a new sister or brother arrives, your world's completely changed. More than any of us... Wait. No, that wasn't it. But he said he had to hire James Corden because he pulled that off. That was my bit. And that's a total different rant about... But I guess what you said is he has no adult supervision, but for some reason, since it's James Corden and he's like a Ferris Bueller, it works.
Right.
I don't think this could have worked with another actor.
No,
As well.
If it wasn't James Corden, I can't pick another guy.
I found the right one. I knew I needed a guy who's able to say things that are crazy, inappropriate, and wrong-headed, but sweet. And you cared about him because you knew it was coming from the right place and had to be British. There's not many like that.
Had to be British.
Yeah, but he's right, though. I mean,
Do you think David Tennant could have pulled it off?
He's just too... I think he's too old.
Maybe.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
David Tennant could. He could play like the rascally uncle who comes back into their lives and is a motor mouth.
I want to say this. I want to say this live right now and trademark it. David Tennant should play Jeremy Fisher the Frog.
Oh. All right, let's burn a CD and let's certify mail it to ourselves.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
And we're gonna be associate producers on this movie.
Oh no, we gotta get that sweet Peter Rabbit money. Apparently, there's a lot of it to go around.
We gotta get that pottery money.
Yeah, and again, I think it's cool that the budget for this was nice and low, because like the Avengers is gonna make $1 billion
easy,
but the budget's gonna be $300 million.
Yeah.
Right. So profit wise, like where are you really at?
The return on investment. Yeah, I mean, let's say they spent $50 million for marketing, right? Because you're supposed to do half the budget, but let's say they just did $50 million. They still made $215. That funds another one of these and marketing. And there'll be a bigger budget, 75. They'll pay Corden more. So let's say the second one costs 80. You market for another 50. You have 130. You've still made a solid 85 million after, even after making two movies.
Right.
So it's paid for the sequel and the marketing. And
there wasn't a lot of merchandise that came out with this movie either. I thought for sure we would have had stuffed animals everywhere and kids have been all about it, but they didn't really have a marketing machine behind it.
I'm going out on a ledge here. Big one. Okay. It's not a ledge at all. But because of the Netflix and every parent I've talked to, adult, loves Peter Rabbit. So I think the sequel is going to have no problem making money. No, I think it might make more. It only made $115 million in the States, which isn't much if you think about it.
No.
So
still double the budget though.
Yeah, still double the budget for sure. It's just not the blockbuster of say a Pixar or a Despicable Me that makes $1 billion. So the next one I think will clear 160, and then it'll make another probably 300. I think the next one could do 450 worldwide.
Okay,
that's my prediction.
So I also think this is a bit of a sleeper movie where I didn't see it in the theater. I didn't do it or see it until it came on DVD.
Oh, I didn't watch till Netflix. I had no urge until I heard everyone raving about it.
Right. So it's not on. Oh no, we just got it on Canadian Netflix as well. But just recently. But it's. I discovered it on DVD, and now I've bought it on DVD 4 times as gifts for people.
Oh wow.
So I think it's the thing that on Blu-ray and DVD that's going to make it's as much money. Like I think that's the DVD sales are going to be huge for it.
I think parents will buy the crap out of it because just put it on. And Netflix is nice, but I know you can stream and stuff, but it's nice to have that DVD with kids around. Just throw it in. Kids
DVDs are I think way more marketable now than like an adult. That sounds gross, but like
no, I think
a regular movie
it's
DVD.
Basically just Marvel and big superhero movies and kids movies probably. Unless I'm big into
maybe Star Wars, Star Wars.
I'm big into Criterion, so I get Criterion movies. I like Scream Factory. I think they churn out some really good ones. And if movies like Fallout has a commentary. If movies put a commentary on a Blu-ray, I'll buy it. But I don't think many people do that. So, but no, I mean this. I can't wait to have my niece and nephews in town. I'm going to pop on Peter Rabbit, and we're going to have a great time.
Oh, they're going to love it. They're going to just die laughing because it's so good.
All right, so good. How do you feel about this? Time for our animated. So we put together an all-animated animal squad who could successfully pillage. Oh, we didn't even talk about the Wet Willy scene, but who could successfully pillage a garden.
Okay, before we do this though, when he touches his eye and he says, "I felt brain." died. The
movie's crazy. Going in the ice cream truck.
Yeah.
But so we each picked 5, and so and then we'll narrow it down to 6, and they could attack any garden and be successful.
Yes.
All right. So can I kick it off?
I want you to kick it off.
I'm going with the raccoon from Incredibles 2.
Okay. Yeah. That crazy raccoon.
He's not stealthy, but he fought a baby with laser vision and special powers to a standstill.
Yeah.
This raccoon would wipe the Donald's not killing it. Sam Neill's not killing it. This raccoon is your muscle.
Right.
I mean, it knows how to square off with people. It's not going to back down. It's tenacious. It wasn't going to give up fighting this child.
No. It's determined like nothing else you've ever seen.
And I think I like it's just going after trash. It's not going that bad. So I don't think it would totally destroy this guy's garden. I think since it had to scrabble for stuff for so long that it'll be respectful towards the garden and just take what it needs. It won't be like the animals in this movie. So that's my first pick. It's the raccoon from Incredibles 2.
Okay, so I picked Rabbit from Winnie the Pooh.
Ooh.
Because he's always been the victim of people taking things from his garden. Like, he's always a meticulous gardener. And so I think that in this version, he's had enough is enough, and he just snaps. And then he's like, all the vegetables that have ever been stolen from my garden, I'm going to take them back now. Like, the judgment day is here. And he's just unleashing his prowess on other gardens. It's a revenge tale.
And he needs some muscle too, doesn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
He's not really that physical.
No, he's a mastermind.
Got it. So he's where the pad is. He's the Danny Ocean, where everyone goes to at the house.
Is the Danny Ocean.
Or the other ocean in Ocean's 8.
Right.
The Sandy Ocean. Oh gosh. The
nice. He's the bulk of it all.
Yeah. All right. My next one, this one's really weird, but I'm getting Pascal from Tangled. He's
my favorite Disney character.
Yeah, he's amazing, and he could blend in, right? He's down for fisticuffs. He'll punch people. He's very loyal. If he's in the garden, he could just blend into a tomato at a moment's notice. He's adorable. He's got a nice little tongue, and I just like him. I like having Pascal around.
That's good.
He's a little
That's great.
He's a little sweetheart.
He is, and you know what? Every team needs like a mascot, and I think Pascal would be the perfect mascot.
He would be legit. Who's your second?
Okay, so here we're gonna get real.
Did Rutger Hauer ever voice an animal?
I was looking hard for a Rutger Hauer reference, and I could not pull one. But I went down a different road here, and I'm gonna say Po from Kung Fu Panda.
Oh my gosh! No, no one could stop him.
No, it would just be he would be the guy who would be sitting in plain sight in the garden, and Farmer McGregor comes out, and then Po just kung fu's him to death.
I think would people even fight Po? They would just say, "Okay, Po,
back away slowly."
Yeah, all right, Po, you got it. Would Po? So they've all gone bad, is what we're assuming, right?
No, this is they've all snapped.
Oh wow! Oh man, Po, and he would demolish your garden in a day.
Yeah, it'd be a wasteland when he was done.
It would look like Steel Dawn.
Oh, Steel Dawn starring Po?
Just going around drinking water from everybody.
That's amazing.
Oh, I love it. My third is Sid the Sloth from Ice Age, because I'm just a big John Leguizamo fan. I want him to get more work.
Yes.
I mean, he survived the Ice Age, and he's friendly. I like Sid the Sloth.
Now, you know sloths are famous for being slow, right?
Now, listen. Have you heard my theory about sloths?
No, but I want to desperately.
They're not slow.
Okay.
They are just waiting. I'm dead serious. If sloths were that slow,
like dolphins, like the dolphins,
they would fly away.
Guide.
Thanks for all the fish. They are just waiting, because if they were, I know they can get in canopies and all that kind of stuff, but if they were really real, the animals in those jungles would have destroyed them by now. When they get in the water and they swim and they look cute, that water is infested with large things that could destroy them.
Right.
When we are not looking, sloths are not slow.
So they're kind of like the weeping angels of the animal kingdom?
Yes. When you have your back turned, they are swinging in trees. They are swinging 70 times in 1 second, and then they stop immediately and look slow. And everyone thinks they're cute. We're all holding them, but those claws are sharp. And so they're just waiting. The government is like Jurassic World in these things, and they're slowly integrating them into the world, into political leaders to stage coups.